Well, there's been it's a pretty good building, and certainly there's been some really great coaches that have been here, and I don't know, we probably just played more home games. That's probably why we've done that. But the building's been so good to our team since we've been here, and certainly I don't really think much of things like that, but it's a nice, has a nice ring to it though.
Is it nice in any way that your son hit a big shot from the corner on the night that you got the record?
You know what, I would never think like that. But yeah, now that you mentioned it, yeah, it's nice. I don't know that I would consider it a big shot when you're up 20, but still, it was nice that he got in there and made the shot.
Do you think his mother enjoyed that more, or you getting that?
Oh, there's no question about that one. I think that him making the shot would probably trump 500 wins in the building. So.
You knew it'd be tough. These guys were good. What'd you like about what you did against Siena?
Not much. I didn't think that we played very tough. I didn't think we played very fast. We looked slow defensively, and I thought our big guys really struggled early. Second half, we scored the ball pretty easy, but they did too. And they threw in some stuff there for a stretch, but I didn't feel. I felt like Frank and Devontae looked tired. I thought Carlton had a good game, probably his best game, but I didn't think our big young guys were ready to play at all. You could see that earlier today. So it was a good learning experience. We were physically tired, and our brain told our body we were tired, and I think that's why we didn't probably perform quite as well.
Did that make Gerald tonight even bigger? I mean, his numbers are pretty good, but with Frank and Devontae being what they were.
Yeah, Frank and Devontae were just average. Gerald had a good game. Josh can't stay out of foul trouble right now. But I thought Gerald was active and did a lot of good things for us.
You said Carlton had a good game. What did you think of just in general his performance?
I thought he rebounded the ball. He got 11 rebounds in 27 minutes, which was pretty good. He played like a big man, played inside out. So I thought he did a good job. He made a bad, move there in the second half, some left-handed jump hook that had no chance. But other than that, I thought his shot selection was good. I thought he played pretty well.
At one point, Siena had a 24-3 edge in points off the three-pointers. You at all getting concerned about the three-point shooting?
No, not really. Not really. They ended up making 8 and we made 3. But 2 of ours were late after the game was over, if I'm not mistaken. So, no, Frank made one that was actually a pretty big 3, and then Steve made one kind of when the game was over. But I know we're better shooters than what we shot at. Devontae, Frank, and Speed, none of them got one. I know we can become a pretty good shooting team.
It looks like Josh is right there. If he could just stay on the floor, he could really take it to that next level. Do you guys sense that? Do you see that too?
Yeah, I see him doing a lot of good things. He's a good passer. He had 3 assists. He ran through a pass tonight, got an easy basket. He can be disruptive. But it's hard to be disruptive when you're playing out of foul trouble the whole time. And what, I could have put him back in the first half, but I'm not sure that would have been a smart play, not knowing how the outcome of the game would be. But he's going to be a special guy, and I think he's getting more and more comfortable. But he just of the fouls he had tonight, he had 2 legitimate fouls, but 2 of them were, he got a head of steam. He's got to learn how to change directions or maybe not leave his feet in order to make plays. When they can see you coming from 40 or 50 feet, it's one thing in a small area, but coming down the court in transition, everybody can see you coming.
He gets visibly agitated with himself, it seems like sometimes. But is that something he uses to kind of motivate himself?
I would say yes. He's an emotional youngster, but I think that's something he's got to do a better job of. Like his 3rd foul is Frank's fault. Frank didn't sort in transition, so he had to guard two guys, and they threw it to his man, and that's when he drove him and fouled him. So, and that won't happen, I hope, in another situation with Frank's fatigue. But I do think that he's got to control his emotions a little bit, because getting frustrated like that, you know, even though sometimes it's okay, but it's not thinking next play. You got to put that behind you and think next play, and he'll get better at that.
Before the season, you said that Carlson was in a funk, I guess. Does this one game put him out of that funk?
I thought he was good against Duke. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought he made a couple of big plays against Duke that gave us a chance to win. So I hope so.
With him, Bill, that you guys are trying a lot of different things defensively. You're still kind of trying to find the best spot for him and ball screen defense and all this.
No, not really. No. We can do a lot better job. Our bigs can do a lot better job on ball screen defense, but our guards can as well. But I don't think, you know, we changed how we guarded ball screens, but I don't think that that's a factor with him one way or another getting comfortable. I think he's okay.
We've asked so much about Landon's foot, but he seems just overly frustrated by everything that doesn't go his way.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a fifth-year senior, and he stops to question an official twice back-to-back when the other team has the ball. You know, that's ridiculous. So you know, but I think a lot of that is being tired too. I think a lot of it's just fatigue.
You think part of it too is, I mean, he finished so strong last year that he worked hard this summer. He's expecting a big year, and then it hasn't hit yet. Do you think that may be part of it?
Well, I don't think he's. I think if he would just play to who he is, I think he's a better player than he was last year on who he is. But when he gets outside of that and tries to do some things, you know, offensively, he should know what his go-to moves are, as opposed to playing to what is not his go-to moves. And you would think a fifth-year senior would know that. So he can tighten that up. I think he'll get better moving forward with that.
Coach, it's kind of hard to believe you just tipped off this past Friday versus Indiana. What have you learned about your team this first week of the season?
You know, I don't know that we've learned a lot yet. We're certainly not a team yet. That probably won't happen for a while. You know, there's a point in every season where teams become teams, and we're not close to that. I don't think we have an identity yet. If you're going to say, what do you hang your hat on? Is it perimeter shooting? Is it rebounding? Is it extra possessions? Is it being able to guard the ball, first shot defense? I don't know that I would hang my hat on any of that stuff right now just yet. So I still think we're trying to find ourselves. But the reality is, when the ball moves and we got some individual guys that are good playmakers that can go make plays for themselves and others, there's a lot of things to like, but I don't think we've played well yet.
Give us your thoughts on the field and playing over Sprint Center next week.
Well, the field is good. You know, UAB is I think they went like 26-6 last year, or something like that. A ridiculous record. And we played them in the first game, and then they had George Washington or Georgia. And I watched George Washington play the other night against Siena. They beat them by 2. And then, of course, Georgia is picked third, I think, in almost every SEC poll. So, I mean, it'll be a good test for us. Hopefully fans will turn out and show up. But it'll be a good test. But I'll be glad when Wednesday gets here, because I think we can catch our breath.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it, but is Monday too quick to turn around again?
No, I mean, we can't practice tomorrow. We're going to need a day off. And then we'll practice live Sunday. But I'm not as concerned about Monday as I will be Tuesday. So.
Anything else?
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.